because the hopper is not made for. The hopper is made for exploration. It's not made for combat.
Oh boy. Why do they put it in combat situations?
Because in this most of the time you have a choice of what vehicle you can use. For this one, you have to use the hopper because it's the only way to get to the Marauder's base. Because you have to hop over. Because you have to jump over the parts of the bridge that are up.
I see. You guys
I just read that apparently.
I just realized I probably should be muting myself.
I was just gonna say, I just realized that apparently, I just read that apparently older versions, the proto versions of sushi used to be fermented. Like the fish used to be fermented. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was like interesting.
Let me guess, you watched the Salmonella Academy video on sushi.
No, I was just thinking because I was eating sauerkraut. And I was wondering. I was eating sauerkraut for dinner in the pierogi. I was like, is fermented fish a thing? Because I felt like that was something. Because I was thinking of it in the context of layer. Because I was like, that was definitely something that I feel like
what's
my
that
cats would eat.
Scandinavian one, like surströmming or whatever it is?
Yeah, but I think that one's like very pungent, like much more pungent
Yeah.
than other forms.
You know what? You know what I think of whenever I hear about sauerkraut?
What?
The Weird Al song Albuquerque.
Yep, Zero mentioned that before.
Yeah.
I hate sauerkraut. It's very funny.
Now we're back in the metalheads territory again.
To be fair, sauerkraut is, in fact, disgusting. So Weird Al is correct.
Nah. No, it's not.
I actually genuinely do not like sauerkraut. I think it's gross.
I do want to try kimchi at some point.
Yeah, that's like spiced sauerkraut.
Yeah, they're very similar. Do you like kimchi then?
Never had it.
No. They're very similar, so. I'd expect you wouldn't be a fan of it either.
Hey, guess what?
I actually don't like hummus either. I have tried
hummus. There isn't a huge
hummus.
difference between sauerkraut and pickles. They're pretty much the same.
Oh, you don't like hummus?
I do not like hummus. I have tried it and I did not like it.
Oh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like. I like hummus as long as it has
don't
like.
Don't go to the Middle East then.
As long as it's like mixed with something, you know.
I'll just eat hummus just straight by itself. Sometimes when I.
The fact that I do not like hummus, I'm sure immediately already makes people of several ethnicities want to kill me.
I mean, I would theoretically be one of those ethnicities, but I don't feel a desire to kill you.
Fair.
By the way, guess what this entire level is?
Water temple?
Nope. Solve my maze, Superman.
Oh god. You know what I've tried? It's kind of... I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called. I am totally blanking on it. But apparently it's like something similar to hummus that's fried or something? Can't remember what it was.
It's falafel?
Falafel?
I mean, they're both made of chickpeas.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I tried that too, and I thought that was disgusting as well.
I guess you just.
I think I just don't like chickpeas.
Yeah.
Falafel can be very hit and miss depending on what, like how you get it. Like if it's fresh made, is very very different from like store bought where it's kind of dry and crumbly.
Yeah, I usually, it's usually better to get it like if you're in the Middle East, you'll usually just get it as like street food. Like you'll go to a stand. This is what I did when I was in.
And they'll make it on the spot for you.
Oh, sorry.
And they make it on the spot for you.
I don't know about that, but they just. I don't remember, but yeah, basically, that when I was in Jerusalem, we went to a stand, right? And they would just. It was indoors, but it was sort of like the same sort of concept. It was, I think it was indoors just because it was hot. But yeah, it was just, a little stand. You went, and there were ones outdoors too that we didn't go to. That you just go up to the stand. You'd say, I want lamb shawarma, and some falafel on the side, and then they just quickly whip it up. And they have one of those famous rotating bars that are covered with the meat.
There's like a local restaurant here that sells a bunch of like Middle Eastern food that's actually run by someone from that region. I can't remember exactly where he's from, but someone from that region.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a super nice guy. Well, on holidays he just gives out free packs of I'm thinking on the word pita bread and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And the pita bread he gives out is like really good.
Yeah, the best pita bread you can get is usually from some sort of Middle Eastern place. But it doesn't matter.
Like on New Year's.
It doesn't matter if it's Jewish or...
Legit around New Year's, the owner was just there, giving out big packs of pita bread, yelling, "Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!"
I'm guessing you don't know if he was Jewish or Arab or Turkish.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah.
You know what I really like? Gyros.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I have no idea.
You wanna know what I also like? The joke the angry video game nerd when he confused gyros with gyros.
Mm-hmm. 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 Very silly. That restaurant I mentioned also sells gyros, but I've never had one.
Mm-hmm. It might be Turkish then.
I think he is, yes. Yeah, now that you mention it, I think he is the owner.
It's called döner in Turkey.
Mm.
It's the same thing. It's ground lamb.
Yeah.
I think that the difference between shawarma and that is probably very much probably just minor differences in how it's cooked and the spices used probably, but they're the same concept. Both shawarma and doner are they wrap the meat around a big rod.
According to the restaurant's website, it just says from the Mediterranean area, so I'm not quite sure what that means.
I'm just saying, usually they specialize. Usually when they say Mediterranean, they usually specialize in one sort of areas. Because they have to pick. Because it's different from each place, right? I mean, theoretically they could have a mix.
Turkey and Greece has a lot of overlap with the food, but they both tend to be very vocal about which one of them invented everything.
Yeah.
Get heated.
Mm.
Hey, Linlo.
It is kind of.
Or as I like to say, hello, Turo.
I suppose his icon on the stream is Turo.
Yeah, that whole region has. That whole region has food that's very similar to one another, but they all argue over who invented it.
Man, I want to have that restaurant's pitas again. That pita is fucking amazing.
Is it one of the ones where the meat is like a processed log, or is it like actual lamb slices on the spit?
I have no idea. Actually never been in there myself. I've only ever had takeout from it, where my dad goes to get. My dad and my parents go to get it, and they just tell stories about the guy who owns it. Because whenever he's there, apparently it's always a fun time.
Darn,
I had this
screwed it up.
amazing like pita breakfast thing with like a bunch of sauces at this place in Haifa. I think it was like a. I don't remember. I think it must have been Shabbat. So I think it was I think it was Egyptian. I think was the place.
Oh,
Best pita I've ever had, and like really amazing sauces. Love that place.
That sucks.
How is Langlo, owner of the Best Bat? I see your thing. I saw your thing light up, but I can't hear you.
Didn't say anything.
Oh,
Yeah, I messed up.
I guess you didn't hear my question then.
I mean, I did. I just was like, I don't know.
Oh, fair.
Turo and I want to see a meetup between Turo and Stokers. The two bats meet up and do the Spider-Man meme. I don't know.
Would be kind of funny, but who knows if that would ever happen.
Stoker's not really active very much on Discord. Like, he's in Rick's server, but he hardly ever speaks up.
He is a very busy man nowadays.
And when he's not busy, he has very little to no memory of any time someone communicates with him.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, dang it. I tried to recover there, but it didn't work.
I just don't know if he'd really have that much time to talk to someone new.
He, in fact, was not anymore. Because I, like several years ago, I tried to talk to him a bit, and he had time for me at first, but then he just kind of, lost time, and then drifted away, and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing he really does on the furry side is, like, write for Naked Penny, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Any more these
I don't
days,
even know if he has time for that anymore, because I haven't seen hardly any updates from the comic in a while.
That's because that's because the comic finished. It's just taking a break in between the two volumes.
Yeah. It from what I have heard, it does sound like Stoker's life has been pretty ridiculous the past few years. Just constant shit happening. At least from what I can tell. I'm not an expert on this stranger's life, so don't quote me. But that's what I have.
That's the impression I got as well.
Don't take advice from a stranger's podcast.
Obviously, yes.
You would think people around the country would have, but
Dang it! It didn't let me frickin' go over. Yeah.
That is a ridiculous bit right there.
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember being very frustrated with some of the challenges in this game.
Yeah.
was like an utter nightmare to play.
There we go.
There we go.
When did this game come out?
There we go. Finally.
PS2, so probably around 2003, 2004.
I think later than that.
You gotta do that same thing over and over again.
That was the
This
last
is
one.
All right.
2004, end of the year.
Mm.
I see.
Fun.
Approach the astral viewer, Time Warrior. Behold the seed of our destruction.
What? Let me see! Is she hot?
We precursors built many worlds.
Same year as San Andreas, which also had a lot of bullshit racing kind of segments.
Was it just like the thing at the time or something?
Kinda, yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's like just before I was able to actually play games. So.
Life and dark ages ensued. Now the Dark Ones have found your world and are coming to claim it for themselves.
Well, I could ruin your whole day!
I think this one's bigger than both of us.
There is but one hope
There's
left. You will find a planetary defense system hidden deep at the core of the planet.
It was much too small in that year to play games. I think I was like 2 or 3. Although I guess that theoretically wouldn't be too young these days, because, you know, iPads, basic ass mobile games. But at the time it was.
Yep. There's a planetary defense system in the core of the planet. We need to activate it.
What, the weapons?
Maybe.
More like a giant death ray of some kind.
Yeah, weapon. Yeah.
I just need to find a way out of this area.
Giant death laser, giant death laser, like the orbital death laser from Gundam 00.
And we head back to Freedom HQ.
You know, when a place all calls themselves Freedom HQ, it always feels kind of suspicious.
If this were the first game, if this were the second game, then yes. But happily, this was created after the Crimson Guard was disbanded.
We'll see.
Still love the fact that it's still frickin' Brave's reaction to Tomax and Zaymod and frickin' Renegades. Just reacting, just basically saying they're just Prince Zuko.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
When I was a kid, I would just sort of horse around, wandering the city, and helping the soldiers fight off the metalheads and bombs.
If this were a game like, say, Mad Max or those types of games where it's more like open world exploration, then doing that might actually matter.
Yeah, I know it didn't matter. It was just fun to do. Sort
That's
of
fair.
contribute to the fight.
That's fair. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the only time that I've ever played a Grand Theft Auto game was when I would use the jetpack cheat code and just fly around. I wouldn't even kill anything, I'd just fly around. Because honestly, I've never been a big fan of GTA.
I played it like for a second with like GTA 5. I wasn't a big fan of it. It just felt like there wasn't much to do besides just fucking around, besides just killing people.
Something I loved to do in San Andreas was I would hijack a fire engine, and I would just spam the fire engine minigame, traveling the world putting out fires. Because as it turns out, that's actually a really good way to make a lot of money.
Yeah, you can do that in GTA 2 as well. That was fun.
Aren't the first two like
Yeah, top
2D
down.
games?
Oh yeah, the KG robots are like all over the place.
Oh dear.
We got a big one this time, Jak. That decoder you found helped us decipher the gate key for the main KG war factory. We can get inside now, and we need our best people on the raid.
Oh, gee. I wonder who that might be.
There is a good chance that factory is doing more than making death bots.
I want to know who's behind it all. How are so many death bots being made? Where are they getting the supplies and the eco? Something about this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, right into the hornet's nest. This is gonna be fun.
Eco.
Remind me when to laugh.
These boars are not dropping their skin. I am sad.
Now we're heading out to the KG War Factory.
Nice.
I gotta head off for now, so I'll see you guys another time.
Yeah. I'm thinking after this, if it's 15 minutes long, I might head out as well.